Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Just Get Hired podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Fiesta George. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that could revolutionize your job search. I'm talking about the hidden job market. If you've ever found yourself tirelessly scrolling through job boards, sending out application after application, and not hearing a word, it's frustrating, right? But what if I told you there's a whole world of job opportunities out there that don't even make it to job boards? Today, I'm going to crack open the door wide open to what we call the hidden job market. That's where savvy job seekers just like you can uncover unadvertised job opportunities and land their dream jobs without ever seeing a single job posting. But before I dive in, let me remind you what this podcast is all about. Just Get Hired is your go-to resource for navigating the complex and ever-evolving world of careers. If you're a seasoned professional looking to advance your career, or maybe you're a business leader that has been struggling to hire and find talent, this podcast is your one-stop shop for expert insights, practical strategies, and actionable tips. I've been in the business for over 20 years. I've been leading talent acquisition teams, and I help countless individuals like you secure exciting job opportunities. And I also help businesses learn how to navigate the twists and turns of this ever-evolving job market. Today, I'm so excited that I get to share some of my top secrets for unlocking the hidden job market and landing your next opportunity. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the Just Get Hired podcast. I am thrilled to have you join me on this journey. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode, because I try to give you valuable career advice and insider tips. If you're a loyal listener, welcome back, and thank you so much for your continued support. I hope you've been enjoying my show. Don't forget, you can share this out with your friends, your colleagues, anybody that you think could have some value for these conversations. And together, let's build a community of empowered professionals who are looking to take their careers to the next level. Well, let's jump into today's episode, uncover the secrets of the hidden job market. Let's get ready to revolutionize your job search and take your career to new heights. Let's
go. Hi, everyone. This is Greg Brooks with Rocket Station.
You're listening to the Just Get Hired podcast.
You're listening to the Just Get Hired podcast. Make sure that you like the podcast and share it with all your friends. I can't wait to hear what you think.
In this episode, I'm talking about the hidden job market. What is that exactly? Well, it's a lot of opportunities that people are uncovering that don't even make it to job boards. So I'm here to unpack a few tips and tricks for you so that you can also find those opportunities that don't make it online. One of the common themes you're going to hear throughout this episode is networking and building genuine relationships. So that brings me to the first thing I want to talk to you about, and that is tapping into your network. Networking isn't about collecting business cards when you're at an event. It's about building genuine relationships that can lead to valuable opportunities. So for example, let's say you reconnect with a former colleague. They've moved on to a different position at a different organization. You're having a cup of coffee, and during that conversation, they mention that their company is expanding or their department is looking to grow, but they need someone like you who has a similar skill set. Well, thanks to that strong relationship you've already created with this person, they're going to be in the best position to recommend you for that role, and that gets your foot in the door for an unadvertised opportunity. Attending industry events can also open a lot of doors. Let's say you're striking up a conversation with a fellow attendee at a conference. After you exchange contact information and, of course, connect with each other online, you can continue that relationship by nurturing it through sharing articles, engaging in their posts, checking in with them every now and then. Through time, you're going to build a relationship with them. And months later, if there's a job opening that arises at the company, they'll think of you. So that's another way to get your foot in the door. Another thing to consider is joining professional associations. That has similar benefits. If you're not a part of one, consider joining one, because you can attend workshops, webinars. There's a whole bunch of professionals from a lot of different companies that are also a part of these associations. And by actively participating in online communities or at workshops or networking events, you're going to build relationships with people over time. One of them can refer you to unadvertised positions. because you're a part of that organization. So you can make positive impressions throughout the time that you're there. One of the things I feel people are still a little skeptical about is how to harness the power of social media. So I'm going to talk about LinkedIn, Twitter or X, and then we'll talk about Facebook. LinkedIn, for example, is king when it comes to networking. I have several episodes. I talk about this throughout my podcasts about the power of LinkedIn. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, I have episode 3, Your LinkedIn Profile Sucks, and episode 12, Your LinkedIn Profile Still Sucks. Those I recorded a long time ago, but they're going to give you good tips to get your LinkedIn page started. If you already have a LinkedIn page, you want to make sure that it's optimized with relevant keywords, a captivating summary. Of course, you want to have a good picture in there. These are going to highlight your unique skills and your experience. Now, once you have your LinkedIn profile set up, you can't just put it away. It's all about actively participating online. That means engaging with industry influencers, connecting with people that are in your industry, finding the people that work at the companies that you are targeting. By commenting thoughtfully on their post and sharing valuable content with your network, it's going to draw attention. So for example, I always have LinkedIn somewhere in the background, and I am always peeking at it throughout the day. If I start seeing the same people commenting, posting, and sharing, that's going to also catch my attention. So I'm a little nosy and I like to stumble upon someone's profile and I'll click on it to see what their background is, if they're even open to work. So there's a lot of things that you can use LinkedIn for, but many recruiters like myself will be really impressed if you are engaged with the community, you're showing up online by sharing your expertise, and then we'll reach out to you about potential opportunities. Now, X or Twitter is a great tool for engagement in industry-specific conversations. So there's a thing called Twitter Spaces or Twitter Chats that you can join, and those are audio events that are hosted typically by prominent thought leaders, and they can give you great insights. You should comment on any posts that you see that might catch the attention of fellow peers. If you're invited to give your opinion when you're in these rooms, raise your virtual hand and participate in the conversation. The more that you're doing this, you're going to create more connections with key decision makers, and then you'll also have informal conversations that could also lead to potential job opportunities within those organizations. A lot of people don't use Facebook as much anymore for job search, but it started out as a valuable resource for job seekers, and I still believe that it is. You can join a lot of groups that have been dedicated to your industry or your career interests. Now, how do you do that? You can go to the search bar, type in what you're interested in, and maybe the city you live in. You're going to find groups that are dedicated just to that. There's a lot of people who share job opportunities. There's people who are asking advice or an opportunity for you to provide advice in these different social groups. You're going to start to build credibility and trust within that community. And the more that you do that, a group member could refer you to a hidden job opening at their company because you're highlighting your expertise, you're sharing your contributions in that group, and that's a reason for them to refer you. All right, the next thing I want to talk to you about is utilizing online resources. Have you ever heard of those hidden gems online that can lead you to your dream job? Well, let me tell you about a few. If you're a graphic designer and you're hunting for freelance jobs, you might stumble upon niche job boards that are tailor-made for creatives just like you. Well, that is a secret treasure trove where companies have to post unique projects that they don't use mainstream job boards for. So as you are regularly checking the platform, you start sending in your customized proposals, and before you know it, you're scoring consistent freelance work. Now, freelance work leads to other opportunities because you're doing so many different projects at a time. You get your foot in the door at companies at a time. You're not only expanding your portfolio, but you're starting to make connections throughout the industry and proving what your skills and abilities are to that employer. If there's a full-time opportunity that might arise, you would be one of the first people that they would consider. So that's another way to also untap the hidden job market. The other thing is forums. Let's just say you're a software engineer. There's a buzz about artificial intelligence. You can join online communities that are buzzing about AI. People love to swap insights. They start discussing the latest trends. You get the community buzzing. And then every now and then you drop hints about job openings at these companies. And before you know it, you're going to start engaging with fellow members and build genuine connections. Again, you need to catch wind of these unadvertised roles. And thanks to referrals in these forums or networking online, you never know who is paying attention. All right, so those are some of the things. Again, the common theme you keep hearing is building relationships, and that comes from a number of different ways. So when it comes to job hunting, you can't stick to the mainstream job boards anymore. There are so many hidden corners on the internet where opportunities await, and you just never know when you might stumble on your next big break. So you can expand your job search beyond the traditional job boards, uncover hidden opportunities tailored to your skills and interests, leverage niche job boards, participate in industry-specific forums, check company websites, look for unadvertised openings that might not be visible, and by doing that, by reading news articles, press releases, whenever there's an expansion, that means there's going to be opportunity. So there's a lot of different ways that you can tap into this hidden job market, but these online resources will provide you with insights and networking opportunities that will help you stand out in the job market. Okay, the next thing that I feel is kind of scary to most people is the art of the cold reach. Now, you can craft compelling cold outreach messages that are more targeted. And I say this because a lot of people always hit me up on LinkedIn when I post a job opportunity, and they're not very thoughtful about their approach on what they're asking me. So you want to craft up a message that is not only professional, but is also personal. So how do you even do that? Now, if you come across a company that aligns perfectly with your career goals and your values, do your research. You want to research the company. You want to look at recent news, different trends. Who are those key decision makers? I will also tell you that as a recruiter, when we're posting jobs online, we might not be the decision maker. So when you are coming to us in our DMs with like, I'm looking for a job or get me a job, that's not really our job to do. So you need to do your homework, be a little bit more thoughtful. Talk about your skills and experience and ask them if they're the decision maker. If they're not, maybe they'll introduce you to the person that is. But once you tailor your information, you're tailoring your email or your message, make sure you're introducing yourself, you express your admiration for the company, maybe highlight something specific on how you can personally contribute to the success of that company. When you're sending emails to the hiring manager, address them by name. We can tell when it's a template. Make sure it's personal. Try to show genuine enthusiasm for the opportunity. By that, managers will be impressed by your proactive approach. Okay, so I unleashed a lot and I try to do it as quickly and as tight as possible, but I hope I gave you the secrets to unlocking the hidden job market. And now everything is in your hands. So tap into your network, harness the power of social media, utilize those online resources, master the art of the cold outreach. All of those things are going to arm you with all of the items that you need to be successful in finding opportunities that don't make it online. Remember, in today's competitive job market, traditional methods alone are not enough. So you have to tap into all of your other resources. So if you pair what you already know with applying online and all of these tips that I gave you, you're going to uncover the hidden job market and hopefully open up yourself to a world of opportunities that others may overlook. Well, as you continue your career journey, keep these strategies in mind, Stay proactive, stay persistent, and most importantly, stay confident in your abilities. The perfect opportunity is right around the corner and it's waiting for you. So if you find yourself discouraged, which it's easy to do in this job market, or you're feeling uncertain, remember that you're not alone. You can reach out to your network, engage with fellow professionals. Don't hesitate to seek guidance from your mentors, your career coaches, or me. Well, tune into another episode of the Just Get Hired podcast. I have another guest who's going to really dig into this a little bit deeper. He even wrote a book about the hidden job market. His name is Richard Triggs, and I'm going to have him in an upcoming episode. So stay tuned for that. But if you found value in today's discussion, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, connect with me on LinkedIn by searching my full name, Jessica Fiesta George. Connect with me on my social media. Share this out with your friends and your colleagues, and together, let's empower each other to navigate the job market with confidence and success. As always, if you have any questions, if there's topics you want me to cover, or you have a success story, I would love to share that with you. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your feedback is invaluable, and we're here to support you throughout the way. Well, until next time, keep striving for greatness, keep chasing your dreams, and remember the next big opportunity could be around the corner. Happy job hunting, and I'll catch you on my next episode.